I'm Diane. Welcome to your very last live, what are we doing today? Pilates class. That's what we're doing today. So you need a mat and have just a water bottle close by if you need a sip of water. Any injuries or early pregnancies, and again, remember this is Pilates practice. So you're practicing to make yourself become better every time. So it's not Pilates, SAS, if you've been watching that, it's not die hard. You do the best that you can and you try everything that you can. And again, if you don't feel right today and you give it a go, you give it a go. So first things first, again, grab onto your mat. We're gonna start out just finding our little abdominal muscles that we have. Well, actually, they're long abdominal muscles. They come, pretend you have a trunk that's sitting around your whole, you're having a wheelbarrow that's around your trunk. So from down to your pelvic bone, right up below your chest there. So this whole entire area encases your abdominals. So guys, lie yourselves down, bend your knees, your feet are flat on the floor. Softly taking your hand, place it underneath your lower back, finding that little bit of space there. Now that little bit of space is known as your neutral spine. We're just going to whiz through these because you guys know exactly what you're doing. And our time is cut a little bit shorter today. And then we softly remove that hand down from our sides, place our hands down onto the mat, relax our shoulders. So we maintain that neutral spine, softly closing your eyes. If you're in a room with the lights on, turn the lights off. If the lights go off here, you won't be able to see me. That's why the lights are on. And then just reintroducing yourself into our breathing exercises. So it's just our normal breathing. So we breathe in through our noses and exhale out through your mouths. Softly taking that inhale in through your noses and exhale out through your mouths. Taking our busy day, just put it on the back burner, all the things you have to do, returning emails. Maybe this is your lunchtime, so just really enjoying this little bit of time that you do for yourself, no one else. And then softly place your fingertips onto your hip bone, draw a line from hip bone to hip bone, and then from your belly button down to your pelvic bone. Where those lines intersect, that is your transverse abdominal. So I want you to put your imaginary glass of water onto your abdominals. Now, as you take that breath of air in and take that breath of air out, you're trying your best to not spill that glass of water, along with maintaining that neutral spine. And then softly placing our fingertips like a teardrop, so place our thumbs on our belly button, our index fingers pointing down. And then on our teardrop, we place that glass of water. Now again, our breathing is just a normal breathing, so we breathe in through our noses, and we exhale out through our mouths. And that breath of air initiates from our index fingers, it travels underneath our fingertips. Not spilling a glass of water, continues all the way up underneath the rib cage, and then a beautiful breath all the way out. And then always being aware our lower abdominals is our pelvic floor. So always making a point to strengthen our pelvic floor. Ladies, to strengthen our pelvic floor, we do our Kegel exercises. So you pretend you're going to the bathroom, and then stop yourself from going to the bathroom. So it's tightening all those internal muscles, but trying your best not to squeeze your bum, and trying your best not to lift your shoulders. Gentlemen, that feeling for you is if you're to step into the ocean and the ocean's just that little bit too cold today. So that cold sensation makes your lower abdominals tighten up. And then from here, keeping that all in mind, we're going to take our breath of air up for 5 counts, holding on that 5th count, and 1 breath all the way out. Now that breath of air, I want you to imagine, again, that we're tightening our pelvic floor, so everything stays tight, but we're not tightening our bum, we're engaging our core muscles. As we take that breath of air up, we try our best not to spill that glass of water. We keep our rib cage softly closed and you relax your shoulders. So we're going to take that breath of air up for 5 counts. When we get up to that 5th count, we're going to hold it there for 5 counts, and then we take that breath all the way out. But when we take the breath all the way out, I want it to be longer than that 5 count. So try your best. So keep all those things in mind. And again, if you happen to, maybe this creates a little bit dizziness for you, just take it easy, and rather than working on the 5 breaths, just shorten that count down. So let's take the first one. We'll go through it 3 times. Let's take our breath of air up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it here. And a big, long, beautiful breath all the way out. Taking that breath of air up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it here. And a big long breath all the way out. And our last one, team, taking that breath of air up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, holding in here. And a big one, beautiful release all the way out. Good job, team. And then softly place your hands down by your side, and then we're softly going to tilt your pelvic down so your lower back is on the mat. That is called our imprinted spine. Anytime we're going to lift our legs in a tabletop position, or we send our legs up in the air, we have an imprinted spine. So just keep your feet on the floor. We have our neutral spine, but then gently tilting that pelvic down to our mat. That is our imprinted spine. And then softly lifting it up. And then we softly lower it down. And then softly from there, we're going to enjoy a nice, long, beautiful stretch. We're going to reach your arms way above your head. Reach, 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 nice and long. Pretend someone's pulling your fingertips and pulling your toe tips, enjoying that big, long, beautiful stretch. And then we're softly going to tuck ourselves into a nice little ball. So we're softly going to bring our arms down by our sides to start with. We're going to take one knee into the chest, followed by the other knee. And then softly lift your head up, tuck yourself in that nice little ball. And then big exhale all the way out. And then maybe this time, instead of one knee at a time, we take both knees in. And a big exhale all the way out. And one more for you guys. In, we take it. And a big exhale out. Beautiful. And then softly bring your arms down by your side. I want you to keep your left leg nice and long. You're going to bring your right leg up into the tabletop position. We're getting that movement into our hip flexors. If we have tight hip flexors, that means that we have tight hamstrings. It also means we can't engage our core muscles. So we're helping to get that mobility and movement into our hip flexors to help that whole movement and mobility. So our knee guides the way. It makes a small little circle to start with. And then if you can, you're going to make that circle become that bit bigger. Now I want you to keep your left leg nice and long, trying your best to keep your left bum on the mat. We engage your core muscles. We continue our breathing, so it's just our normal breathing. We breathe in through our noses and exhale out through your mouths. We imagine our glass of water. We softly close our rib cage and we relax our shoulders. And then softly we reverse in the opposite direction. And then softly bring that knee into your chest. Now again, team, always being aware that you can always practice this move that we're doing now, our hip circles, once you first get out of bed, so before you jump out of bed. So just do it before you jump out of bed. Really good movement to get into that movement of our hip flexors. And now we'll take a beautiful inhale in, and with our exhale, taking our right knee now all the way over to the left side. Reach your arms nice and wide, turn your head to look over towards your right hand, and then feel that beautiful stretch coming from your right shoulder down the right side of your waistline into your right glute. And then we softly take it back to the middle, extend out nice and long, drop the arms down. Let's lift that left leg, small little circle to start with, and then we increase that rotation. Again, keeping your right leg nice and long. Try your best to keep your right bum on the mat, engaging your core muscles. Imagine our glass of water that we're not spilling. We softly close your rib cage and relax your shoulders. And then softly reversing in the opposite direction. And then softly stopping at the top. Place your hands underneath your left kneecap. Your elbows come out nice and wide. We take a beautiful inhale in, and with your exhale, slowly taking your left knee all the way over to the right side. Open your arms nice and wide. Turn your head to look over your left hand, and then feel that beautiful stretch coming from your left shoulder down through your left waistline, your obliques, so the side of your tummy, and into your left glute. And we softly come back, extend the legs nice and wide, reach the arms way above your head. Softly bring your arms down by your sides. Next, we're softly going to bend your knees, and we're softly going to work on our lower back muscles, our glutes and our hamstrings and our thighs by coming into a nice little hip bridge. So we're going to keep our feet flat on the floor, and then softly from here, our feet are the same distance apart as our knees, and then we're softly going to lift up our bum, and then we're going to lift up our lower back, maybe lift up your mid back, and then softly lift up your upper back, and then softly you're going to peel down one vertebrae at a time, like you're peeling down a string of pearls. And then we softly lower it down. Now, Tim, if you'd like to add on, we're going to take this into a compound move, which means we're working two different muscles at the same time. So we're going to be working our shoulders and our upper back muscles, our shoulder blades. So that's called your scapulas. So softly, when we lift up our bum, we softly lift up the arms, reach them way above your head until your hands come down to the floor, and then we softly, with the exhale, lower everything back down. So we softly take that inhale up, and softly take it up and back. Again, too much to reach the arms overhead and lifting your bum at the same time because maybe it's just not too coordinated. That's okay. Give me one hip bridge, then lower down, and then reach the arms over. And again, we're not here for pain. We're here for just advancing ourselves and getting that nice mobility, flexibility, and strength. If you can, again, make it a compound exercise. We do both things at the same time. And then my more advanced people, if you'd like to hold on to a weight in your hands, feel free to hold on to a weights. If you don't have weights at home and you want to use something like a can of beans or even just a broomstick, and you can reach that up and above your head and up and over. Beautiful. So really feeling that nice flexibility in the shoulder motion. And then if we like to add on, after we come on up, we hold it up. Maybe we lift up our heels at the same time. Maybe that hip bridge comes up that little bit higher, and then we softly lower everything down. And we're going to finish our last one here. Now we're still going to use our glutes for the hip bridge, but now we're just going to change the movement of the arms. So instead of that overhead press, we're going to take these into chest flies. Again, option to hold on to weights or can of food, and then we softly open the arms out to our elbows, our triceps tap the floor, and we lift up our hip bridge, and then we softly exhale as we lower our bum back down to our mats and bring our hands together. Again, can't do both at the same time. We're getting into that compound. Then lift up the hips, lower down, and then open up the arms, and then bring them back together. And again, one more layer to add on the extra as we come on up. Maybe we come onto our tiptoes. And then we softly close everything up. Okay, team, now we're going to take the arms out of the picture. We're going to lift up. We're going to hold the hip bridge up. We're going to stay nice and strong into our left foot. And then we're going to lift the right leg up in a tabletop position. And then we're going to tap it down. Lower the hip bridge down. We lift up. All the power into our right foot. Let's lift the left leg in a tabletop position. Lower the foot down and lower down. Now, team, what I want you to concentrate on is tightening the core nice and tight, and then I want you to be aware of our hips that we did in our little intro. I want you to keep your hips on the same line. So pretend you have that pull that goes across your hips. So as you're lifting up, it's really, you have to focus on putting all the weight into that stationary foot, and then we softly lift up the opposite leg, lower it down, and then bring it back up. Again, being aware of our hips. And one more add-on when we extend out. Send the leg out nice and long, then sweep your leg up to the ceiling. Bring it back down. Bend your knee, lower the foot, lower your hip bridge. So we hold the hip bridge up. So just very sneakily, those hips, our glutes, our thighs, and our hamstrings are working super strong to hold that stationary position. Extend the leg out, sweep it up, bring it back in, bend the knee, lower down, be aware of the hips, and softly lower down. Couple more each side. One more each side. Low glutes. And lucky last. Lift up, extend out, sweep, bring in and lower down. Let's hug those knees into the chest. Allow your lower back to sink into your mat. Either clasp underneath your knees, or if you want to cross your ankles and grab on, left hand grabs onto a right angle, right hand grabs onto left. Gentle rock side to side. Okay, team, from here we're going to work on coming into some just little baby crunches. So I'm going to give you layers to add on. Again, if we need to modify it, we're just going to stay in this beginning position. So first things first, bend your knees, your feet are flat on the floor. And then you're going to place your hands behind your head, but it's just your middle fingers that are touching behind your head. So no clasping the hands, keep your elbows out nice and wide. Now our eye gaze right now is looking at that ceiling. You are going to pretend that you have an apple underneath your chin. So no tucking your chin to your chest and no double chins. So our eye gaze looking at the mat, and we take that inhale as we lower, lift up, look over your knees, and lower down. So we exhale up and inhale down. Elbows stay nice and wide on the exertion. Use that exhale. Inhale as we take it up. Have the apple underneath your chin, and now too, we're going to lower ourselves down. Now we're going to make it a little bit more difficult. I want you to extend your legs out nice and long. Flex your feet. That just means pretend your feet are standing rather than pointing them. We flex the feet, pretend your feet are on a wall, and then we softly come into our lower abs. So we softly lift up and then softly lower down. So you're feeling this as in your lower abdominals. Pretend you're putting on your skinny jeans and you zip up your core and feel it in the lower abdominals and softly lower down. Again, have that apple underneath your chin and eye gaze. You see your elbows in your peripheral visions. And as we peel up, trying your best to peel that lower back into the mat. So it's a neutral spine while we're down, and then we lift up, and then we have an imprinted spine. Again, feeling that in your back, or feeling it in, you have tight hip flexors and you're not even feeling it in your abs. I want to come back to the bent knees. Okay, team, let's advance it a little bit more. Next time we come up, hold the crunch up. Keep your left leg extended on the floor. Both feet are flexed, and you're going to lift your right leg up as high as you can. Lower it back down to the floor. Then lower your crunch. We lift up the crunch. Hold it there. Send your left leg as high as you can. Flex the foot. Lower down. And lower down. We lift up. and one more layer to add on. We lift up, we hold the crunch up. We kick the leg out nice and low. We lower it down, but instead of lowering it down, bring the knee as far into your chest as you can go. Extend the leg out, still holding that crunch up, lower down, lower your crunch. We lift up, hold it, kick the leg up nice and high, lower it back down, bring the knee in as close as you can, send the leg out, lower the foot down, lower your head down. Now team, also, when we're doing this, if you feel like this is just absolutely impossible, the leg that's going up and down and being bent, we'll continue that, but the leg that's extended out, that's not moving, maybe that leg is bent and that foot is flat on the flat. So we can lift up the crunch, we extend the leg up, we hold it out, we bend the knee, send it back out, and lower down. Then extend the leg, lower down. Other leg comes in just to help that initial support. Keep that right foot grounded up. We lift up the crunch, we extend the left leg out, we lower it down, comes back in, reach up, bring it down, lower it down. And again, if that leg movement is just too much altogether, take it out of the picture, stay with the crunches. And again, option to keep the legs extended out altogether. One more each side, team. You're doing so good. Well done, everyone. Reach those arms out nice and long. Circle the arms around, bend your knees. So we're working those obliques, giving them a nice little workout. So just windshield wipe your knees all the way down to the right. Send your arms all the way over to the left. And then swap sides. Take the knees all the way up to the side, turn your head. Come to the center, knees are nice and close, hands behind the knees. Rock yourselves up, get a sip of water if you need a sip of water. Crossing your ankles. We sit up nice and tall. We take that imaginary ribbon out of the top of our head. Now team, your happy leg just automatically went in front. So I want you to swap legs. So if you normally had, whatever leg you normally have in front, unswap them. Don't cheat on me. And then, if extending your legs out is just absolutely impossible, then, if crossing your legs is absolutely impossible, just extend your legs out. If you need the support of a wall, just bring yourself to a wall in your house. And now we sit up nice and tall. We have that imaginary ribbon at the top of the head, zip up your core. And then we're going to send your arms out nice and long out in front of you. And then softly from here, we're going to go small little circles. Little circles the size of oranges. Reach out, static hold it here, hold it here. And now let's reverse that circle. Static hold, stop moving, hold it there, hold it there. Let's come forward. Want to challenge yourself. Grab onto those weights or those cans that we're using. Little forward circles, static hold in 3, 2, 1, hold it there, hold it there. Back the other way, reverse it. there. Reach, reach, reach. Static hold, static hold. How are we going? 10 seconds forward. Hold it there, static hold, 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 hold. Let's take it back. Let's hold. Let's take it forward again. You're doing really good. Hold on to it, hold on to it. Static hold, 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 hold. Last time backwards, I promise. Static hold, reach, reach, reach. 3, 2, and 1. Ah! Shake it on out. Ooh. Softly hang your head. Softly bringing it up. Tilt your head backwards. Softly come back into center. Hands come in front of you. Walk your hands forward. Give yourself a nice little shake out. Grab on, stretching out our tricep into our shoulder. Opposite hand grabs onto the elbow. If you can, have that supporting hand be on your upper back. And then team, we're going to come onto all fours. We're going to come into our bird dog. So we'll start with our extension of our arms, then we'll go stop the arms from moving, then we'll go to our extension of the legs, and then we'll put it together, and then we are out of here. So open your fingertips up nice and wide so you can see all 5 hands. You're going to push down into the palm of the hand. Wrists are in line with the shoulders. Knees are in line with the hips. Eye gaze looking down at our mats. Before we get rocking and rolling, let's give ourselves some cat-cows to send that spine. Eye gaze softly tucks down and look at our thighs, look at our belly, and softly dip. And then eye gaze comes to the ceiling. Beautiful, guys. Now we come back to our starting position. Softly from here, we alternate the sides. We lift up one arm, and then we softly lower down. So team, remember that imaginary glass that we had in the beginning in our intro? Now, I want that imaginary glass, and if you do have a plastic glass and you want to put it on your back, give it a go. And if you're in front of a mirror, that's even a little bit more helpful. As we lift up the arm, we're lifting up our arm as high as we can, that our biceps, so that's here from our elbow to our shoulder, is in line with our ear. Thumb leads the way, and then we softly lower down. Again, it should take you about 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, lower, up, 1, 2, 3, hold, 3, 2, 1. Okay guys, stop with the arms, press down into your hands, open those fingertips nice and wide, and then we're softly going to alternate. Again, imagine that glass of water, so we go nice and slow. We softly lift up the knee and then send the leg out nice and long, softly bend, and then softly bring it back in. Now team, I want you to be well aware of the leg that's sitting down on the mat. That side is going to want to sway over, so you're engaging your core to not allow yourself. You will sway a little bit, but try not to come too far away from your body. Again, keeping those hands nice and grounded, push down into the hands, nice strong arms, engaging the core, and we lift up and softly lower down. there, a little rock and roll, and then softly from here, we're going to work on a diagonal. We're going to lift our right arm up and our left leg. We reach out, hold, and then softly lower down. And then the opposite diagonal, left arm, right leg. Reach out, hold, and softly lower down. Again, not holding your breath, remembering to breathe our normal breathing. We breathe in through our noses and exhale out through your mouths. Again, a little bit too strong, that's okay. Just alternate the arms. Go arm, then leg. Arm, leg. Now from here, everyone, we're going to come back to our starting position. And we're all going to extend out your right arm and your left leg. You're going to reach out as far as you can. Try not to dump into that left supporting shoulder. Lift that left leg up a little bit higher. Beautiful. And we're going to lift up an inch and lower. Lift up an inch and lower. Engage your core. Feel that nice diagonal reaching from your right shoulder into your left hip. Now we reach out nice and long. Softly take your right arm out to the right and your left leg out to the left and back to the center. We take it away, then take it back in. We take it away, we take it back in. We reach away. One more for me. Reach out nice and long. Now right elbow taps our left knee underneath our belly button and extend out nice and long. Beautiful. Take it in, tap, and reach away. Take it in, tap, and reach away. And you've got one more for me. Let's tap. Hold that nice long extension. Reach. Left leg a little higher and softly lower it down. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Come down into just a little bit of a child's pose. Roll those wrists. Shake your hips side to side. Roll your wrists the opposite way. Come back up onto all fours and let's go for it on the other side. So we softly extend our left arm out and our right leg. We reach out, we hold, we reach, we lift up an inch and lower. We lift up an inch and lower. Hold out there, reach. Left arm comes to the left, right leg goes to the right. Take it away, take it back in. Take it away, take it back in. Reach, hold, left elbow, right knee. Tap underneath our belly button and extend up. And last one here, tap, reach, hold, and good job, everyone. So if you bring your big toes down, sit down into your heels, extend the arms out nice and long, let those wrists come up. Give yourself a nice little rock side to side. And then softly pop yourselves up. Come up in either a high kneeling position or sit down onto your heels. We can give ourselves a nice little shoulder roll and back the other way. And guys, this is it. No more live classes. This is the end. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a fantastic time. Hope you guys are all well and see you soon. Remember, there is a new timetable, so look on the Facebook page. It's out there, or pop it into the gym and we'll be down at the front counter. I hope to see you soon. Bye. Take care. Have a great day. Thank you.